Hello dear students, my name is Hannah, your foreign language teacher. I hope you are doing well. Welcome to the third episode of our series Talk Like a Novel. The words that we will focus on today are scrupulous, wrath, grudge, and complacently. And now let's read the plot from Shirley Jackson's novel The Sundial and try to understand their meanings in context. Actually, this chapter is more like the continuation of our second chapter, so it's better for you to watch it firstly and then come back here again. That's why in the story we're again at a party given for the anniversary of Mrs. Halloran's wedding, and then guests arrive, and one of the guests is Mrs. Inverness, and she greets them in order. Firstly, Mrs. Halloran, and then Aunt Fanny, who is the sister-in-law, and then Mary Jane, she is the daughter-in-law, and then Essex. Essex is just a regular man living in the big house with the family. And the author says that Miss Inverness greeted them in scrupulous order. So what does she mean by saying scrupulous order? Here, scrupulous either can mean extremely honest or somebody who does everything carefully, correctly, as it should be done. I believe in this context, the second meaning fits better because Mrs. Inverness greets them exactly it should be done, right? Firstly, the party queen, Mrs. Halloran, she even wears a crown, right? And then Aunt Fanny, and then the others, considering their places in household hierarchy. So how can we use it in daily life? The first example can be, I've been always so scrupulous about handing in my homework on time. I was so careful. This meaning here is careful. And the second example can be, my friend is scrupulous in returning the borrowed money on time. So it implies kind of morality in this word. So Mrs. Inverness greeted them in scrupulous order, and then, "It's nice to see you again," Miss Deborah said to Aunt Fanny, timidly, because Aunt Fanny had been so very distressing the last time they met. Distressing means upsetting, okay? And Miss Deborah, and to a lesser extent her sister, were anxious to make Aunt Fanny understand that they bore no grudge. Grudge are second words, which means a feeling of anger or dislike towards somebody who treated you badly, okay? And we use this word generally with have grudge or hold grudge or bear grudge, as in this text. Considering what they experienced with Aunt Fanny, what they're thinking is totally understandable, because the last time they met Aunt Fanny, they were offended by her. Yet they wanted Aunt Fanny to understand that all the things stayed in the past, and they decided to forget about this distasteful occasion and move forward. And moving on in the story, we said they bore no grudge, did not indeed believe in letting the sun go down on their wrath. Wrath is our third word, means that extreme anger, and similar to just grudge, right? And the phrase "don't let the sun go down on your wrath" is actually from Bible, and it is not unusual to see biblical texts in this book. I've already seen two of them. And the message here is settle your conflict before the day ends. And it encourages people to make peace as soon as possible, right? And in Islam, we also find this message. For example, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "Do not hold grudges against each other more than 3 days. If you do so, your heart will harden." And there are also many ayahs suggesting the same message. Human beings should control their anger. For example, in Ali Imran 134, it says, those who restrain anger and pardon people, and Allah loves the doers of good. Right? And let's use wrath in an example sentence. She couldn't hide her wrath at the unfair decision. Proceeding in the text, Miss Deborah and her sister didn't let the sun go down on their wrath, though, so they said, "So very nice to see you again." And then perceiving Miss Ogilvy in the background, "Miss Ogilvy, this is nice. Do you like my crown?" Mrs. Halloran asked directly. "A crown?" asked Mrs. Inverness, bewildered. "I confess I had not thought of it as a crown, Mrs. Halloran. It looked to me like a substitute for a hat." "It's a crown," Mrs. Halloran said complacently. Complacently is our last word, which means in a way that shows you were very satisfied with your own abilities or with the situation, and you do not feel the need to change or try any harder. In Mrs. Halloran's case, she doesn't see the need to change her crown and wear a hat or anything else. She is very satisfied, she is very content with her own crown. And here, can you notice her pride? She implies that I am superior to you all. I believe that in this novel, pride is one of the themes, because we can understand from Mrs. Halloran's behaviors in the upcoming sentences. And she continues saying, "Well, I am sure it's very becoming, although of course for general wear, I certainly intend to wear it generally," Mrs. Halloran said, emphasizes generally. "You might think that it is not suitable for general wear, but in any case, I can do it because I am superior to you all." Miss Deborah continues saying, "Perhaps it's not suitable for everybody, but very handsome nevertheless." "An heirloom?" asks. Miss Inverness was puzzled for compliments. "It will be." "Of considerable value, I imagine. I am of course not inquiring the price." "Of inestimable value," Mrs. Halloran said. Here, heirloom can be an unknown word for you. It means the object which is given by the old family members. And Mrs. Halloran said that it is not an heirloom, but it will be. But right now, we don't know who will be the next heir of the crown. And in the upcoming chapters in Talk Like a Novel, we can figure it out. That's all for this video. Do not forget to use scrupulous, grudge, wrath, and complacently in your own sentences. And please share with me in the comments section below. Like, subscribe, and share for more. See you in the next video, inshallah.